Welcome to the Blanco Wellness Podcast. Thank you for being here. Take a breath, a genuinely slow one, and let's talk today about the one thing that transforms the quality of almost every experience, and that almost no one does enough of. Imagine driving through somewhere genuinely beautiful. A coastal road with the ocean beside it, a mountain pass in the late afternoon, the kind of landscape that people cross continents to see. Now imagine driving through it at full speed, not stopping, barely glancing, focused entirely on the arrival rather than the journey. You reach the destination, but what did you actually experience? The view passed in a blur. The details dissolved into motion. The beauty was technically present the entire time, and received almost none of your attention. The place existed. The experience of the place did not. Life does this to most people, most of the time. The modern world has developed a relationship with speed that has quietly become indistinguishable from virtue. Faster responses, faster growth, faster results. Everything labeled urgent, everything requiring immediate attention. Everything that happened yesterday already feeling slightly behind. People rush through breakfast because the day demands an early start. They rush through conversations because the next item on the list is already waiting. They rush through weekends in preparation for the week, and through the week in anticipation of the weekend. And the years accumulate in this forward lean until looking back produces the particular vertigo of someone who covered significant distance without remembering most of the journey. The Taoists looked at the natural world and found it consistently demonstrating a different principle. The sun rises at the pace the sun rises. The seasons arrive on their own schedule, indifferent to anyone's impatience. Trees grow across decades without urgency. Rivers move with apparent purpose, and yet with no quality of hurry. Everything in the natural world accomplishes what it is meant to accomplish, and accomplishes it completely, without the specific human anxiety of feeling perpetually behind. The ancient observation that nature never rushes, yet everything gets done, is not a statement about relaxation. It is a statement about a different relationship with time. One in which the present moment is inhabited, rather than treated as a corridor between more important moments elsewhere. A student came to a Zen master saying that his life felt rushed, that everything was moving too fast and he could not keep up. The master looked at him and said, "Walk slower." The student, surprised, said, "No, I mean my life feels rushed. The whole of it, not just the walking." The master said, "I know. The answer sounds too simple to be taken seriously until you actually try it and discover that it is true. When you slow the body, the mind tends to follow. When the mind slows, things become visible that were invisible at speed. The quality of what is happening around you, the actual content of conversations you had been half hearing, the specific texture of an ordinary moment that, attended to fully, reveals itself as considerably richer than it appeared while you were moving through it. There is a practical dimension to this that goes beyond experience and into the quality of decisions. Think about the moments when you said something you later wished you had said differently or made a choice that looked obviously wrong in retrospect. In how many of those moments were you rushing, responding before you had fully received what was being said, deciding before the situation had had time to clarify, moving before the right direction had had time to emerge? Now think about the moments of genuine clarity, when the right response or the right direction seemed simply obvious. In most cases, there was some quality of unhurriedness in those moments. A pause, a breath, enough space for the intelligence that was already present to actually surface. The Taoists describe this through the image of still water. When a pond is disturbed, when the surface is continuously churned by wind or interference, nothing can be seen clearly. The reflection is distorted, The depths are invisible, everything appears in chaotic motion. The moment the disturbance stops, the water settles, and what was always there beneath the surface gradually becomes visible. The same thing happens within a person. The more frantic the pace, the harder it is to perceive clearly, to see the situation accurately, to hear what is actually being said, to sense which direction is genuinely right. Slowing down does not produce the wisdom that was absent. It creates the conditions in which the wisdom that was always present can finally be perceived. There is also something worth understanding about how slowing down changes the subjective experience of time itself. Most people feel that life is moving too fast, that years are disappearing before they have been properly inhabited. The feeling is accurate, but the cause is not the speed of the clock. It is the speed of attention. When you rush through an experience, it registers as almost nothing in memory, because nothing about it was received with sufficient attention to leave a genuine impression. When you slow down enough to actually be inside an experience, to notice the warmth, the smell, the texture, the quality of what is happening, it registers differently. The same hour can feel like almost nothing or like something genuinely rich, depending entirely on the quality of attention brought to it. This is why people sometimes describe a slow afternoon as having felt more full than an entire rushed week, not because more occurred, because more was actually received. As we close today, the invitation is deliberately simple. At some point this week, choose one ordinary activity and do it slower than usual. Not dramatically, not as a formal practice, just genuinely slower. A meal, a walk, a conversation, a cup of something warm. See what becomes visible at a slower pace that was invisible at the usual one. See what the moment actually contains when attention is given long enough to receive it. Life is not asking you to move faster. It has never been asking you to move faster. It has been asking with the patience of something that knows it will still be here when you are ready, for you to slow down enough to actually be in it. Thank you for being here with me today. Until next time, be well